Hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout Wasteland Warfare Settlement Mode playthrough, and once again we're starting with a very tight, close camera angle because I don't want to give away the table and whatnot until we've handled the settlement pre-battle stuff. We have a bunch of items to have to select through for, because we can't keep all of it, from all the loot we got last time plus all the stuff we've just been holding on to. We have 405 caps to our name, we have 2 free Explorer cards to do as well. I think I know what I'm going to do with the cash, and it's going to be on this page, but let's quickly resolve those Explorer cards and see, because some of those can use caps to purchase things. We'll cut the deck here, take this card, and then we'll cut the deck here, and take this card. Why not? I made a mess. So our first Explorer card is Fiend Gang. The locked crates are useless to them. They promise they saw a manifest declaring what you want is in the box. If you trust them, discard 1 item now as payment, then test luck +2 after carrying the box back to your settlement to potentially draw food or armor, or refuse and draw 1 random item. I'm going to have to curate an item deck for this mission anyway, so I'm just going to refuse and draw 1 random item when the battle starts. Is what I'll do for that one. I don't trust fiends. Radfire. The Radfire across the swamp was already almost out of control. If you try to put out test int, you beat the fire out and get some caps, or if you fail, you resolve 1 rad damage and gain 27 caps from the ashes. Might as well try and put it out then. Test int. Who's got good int? Let's see, int 7 on the sole survivor. Int on the scavenger 7 as well. So is Pennyworth. 7's my best. Okay, I'll try and put it out. Why not? Let's just do the skill roll right here. That's a 6. We did it. So how many caps is that? I can draw 2 items and gain 39 caps. So I'm just going to, again, once I curate the deck for the mission, we're just going to start by drawing 3 things. 1 from the first Explorer and 2 from that one. And I'll add on the 39 caps. What we're going to do though is we're going to spend 220. We're going to max out lockers and max out stores. That means we can bring more items into battle and retain stuff in New Hope, so that we can store more. That's going to be built in time for the next mission though, so for now we're still going to need to make a decision in terms of we can take either 4 items or 2 boosts as one of the items instead into battle, and we can only store 4. We can retain 5 after the battle, but we can only bring 4 and store 4, so we need to make some decisions. We're going to bring the Hunter Rifle and the Incendiary Assault Rifle into battle for sure. We're going to bring, as I kick the camera, we're going to bring the Laser Rifle into battle. And we're going to bring the jumpsuit, the armor we got last time. So that's the 4 we're bringing into battle. We can retain 4. So we're going to retain the Ripper, we're going to retain the boosts, we're going to retain the... We're going to retain the hunting rifle and the bottle cap mine. That means the machete goes back into the Wasteland deck. And I think that does it for the settlement stuff. So I'll get this all cleaned up and then we'll see the mission overview. Quest 2, Grognak the Barbarian. A win will result in 200 caps. A loss will result in a loss of 120 caps. Traders passing through the settlement swear on their lives that they saw the Grognak the Barbarian. Yes, the hero from the pre-war comics. As unbelievable as it sounds, the settlers of New Hope scout out the area the traders mentioned, and sure enough find a man who looks remarkably similar to Grognak, locked in combat with vicious wildlife. He seems in way over his head, and even if he is crazy, needs to be saved. So you've hopefully just heard the mission overview. We're here to save a crazy person dressed as Grognak the Barbarian. And before we go over deployment and whatnot, I'm just going to look at or show you the team that we're using. The Free Tech is staying at home today in New Hope Settlement, but other than that we have our Scavenger returning, and then other than that it is the exact same team as last time. Not Sturgis still doesn't have a name because I'm recording this prior to the last episode going live. In fact, it's going live later today, so don't have a name for him yet, but as soon as we do, we'll apply it going forwards. Of the gear we're bringing, the Laser Rifle is going to the Settler. The Incendiary Assault Rifle and Vault 111 jumpsuit are going to the Sole Survivor, and the Hunter's Hunting Rifle is going to the Scavenger. Sturgis is too good with his 44 to give him any other gear, so that's how we're doing it. Dogmeat, Pennyworth, equipped as normal. With that, they're going to deploy yellow in from any edge if they want to, and we'll show you where they end up and also what other enemies and special rules apply to this map. So we are all deployed and good to go, but first we have to cover the mission specifics. So we have Grognak the Barbarian, or someone who looks remarkably like him, locked in deadly combat in the middle of the map with a fog crawler. For the first 2 turns of the battle, they cannot be interacted with on either end. So the other wildlife in the map can't attack Grognak, and my settlers can't attack the fog crawler. The battle is just raging too much, there's too much fog and dust. They're at it, they're just going at it, each other, and Grognak goes first in the turn, the fog crawler goes second, and then it's normal turns for the wildlife. Speaking of which, there is some rad roaches down here, 2 sets. There's a mole rat there, irradiated rad roaches, another mole rat, and some more irradiated rad roaches, and another mole rat. So, generally speaking, pretty easy wildlife except the irradiated ones. The fog crawler is the biggest threat, and there is also some searchables, just to try and get some items. The mailbox there, stack of crates there, the fridge, and then 2 had the makeshift camp over there. Perhaps that's where Grognak was living. So the win condition is basically the fog crawler is dead by the end of turn 5, or all the wildlife is dead before the end of turn 5, and this duel has reached a conclusion one way or the other. But the fog crawler needs to go down. It's too big of a threat to ignore. Now, because of the explorer cards we did, we have a randomly curated item deck here, and we draw 3 of them. So this is going to mean that we're going to have to make some really tough decisions after we come back from this one, if we actually find stuff that's good. So just cut the deck randomly. We're going to take that one, we'll take this one, and we'll take this one. Why not? Just so we know it's true random. We got some Day Tripper. It's a drug that increases luck and gives you luck. Oh, we found T45 power armor. Okay, I mean it was random. T45 is the Raider stuff, right? Or is that the Brotherhood stuff? I'll need to wait. We found Enclave power armor as well. Okay, that's a little bit too strong, so let's ignore that one. We're not finding 2 sets of power armor. That's I'm all for having a little bit of a benefit, but not that much of a benefit. Abraxo paint. Okay, sure, that's perfect. We'll consider that we found the T45, but we can't use it this map. Well, actually, no, we totally could maybe. I don't know. I'll think about it. Either way, deployment: dog meat, soul survivor, the scavenger, Pennyworth. We have the settler, we have not storages, we have my dog barking. Just pretend that was dog meat. With that, we're ready to jump in, starting with Grognak. Now, just before we get started, the settler is going to don that T45 power armor. Unfortunately, we've only got T60 models, but we'll just use this one to represent it because it's using a laser rifle, and for this battle, she's also using a laser rifle. So she's going to use the power armor. If it gets damaged, we do have that armor perk we bought for the soul survivor, so he can repair it, and he might be able to apply that Abraxo paint between missions as well, if we decide to take it back with us, which will be probably not, given that we've got a lot of other good stuff, but either way. Well, as stated, the first turn is going to be Grognak, and he's charging in. He has Grognak's axe and Grognak's sword. The axe is only 1 base damage, but you roll a bunch of extra black dice, which could potentially buff it up to insane damage. The sword is a bit more consistent with armor break and hit chance. That said, we're going to try the axe. The axe also gives him quick action attack, so he might be able to do a follow up if we get a cog on the dice. So yeah, it's the skill die plus 3 black dice, and he hits on a 7 or less. Oh, he would have a charge bonus as well. Let's throw in a green, just because I don't have any other black dice. So charge bonus, here we go. So that is unfortunately a miss by 1. Now he can use luck, but he only generates luck when he gets a kill, I believe. So unfortunately he has missed his initial attack, which is a shame, because it would have been 4 damage plus. Does the bottle cap do anything with this? No, if he was using his other weapon that would have broke some armor. Oh, hang on a minute, he is strength 7 or higher, so he would have had a 4th black die thrown in, and it does have a -1 on it, so if this rolls a -1, that damage goes through. No, okay, so no difference. Well, we're staying here because the fog crawler is then getting to attack Grognak, although the last note on Grognak, he does generate and activate crits, and you don't need to do damage with an attack to start generating crit points, so he has 1. Now, the fog crawler is attacking twice. He's strength 9, so he's getting a black die thrown in for that. He's also hitting on 7s, and he does bad stuff on certain results. So that's a hit for 2 extra damage. Let me just see if the bottle cap does anything. I think it's not. It's stars is the only one that matters. So that is a hit though. Grognak only has 2 physical armor, except when he's in melee combat. he gets 1 super armor in that case. So he's at 2+1, and he actually blocked 3 damage. Base damage on that is 2, so he only took 1 damage all said and done from the first attack. Not too shabby. And then we get to do the whole thing again. We move this a little bit, there we go. Whole thing again. That's a crit. Thankfully they don't generate crits, but it does hit him for a total of 3 damage, 2+1 armor. He blocks 2 of it, he took 1 more. Not too bad. Well, for my first proper activation of the match, my settler in the power armor is going to stomp out of cover and shoot at the Radroach Swarm directly in front of her, point blank range with that laser rifle she's using. 6s. That's a good hit. Stars, I think his bottle caps to do extra stuff for that, yeah. But that's 1 extra damage though, so that's 3 damage against 1 armor. Blocks none of it. I think they only have 3 HP. Let's just check. Oh wait, no, the Radroach Swarms have much more. They have 6. But that's still half his health gone right there. Whoops, I was looking at the glowing irradiated Radroach Swarms who have 6 HP. The standard ones have 4, so it's 1 health away from death. The mole rat that was chilling amongst the debris up here was the first to activate for the AI, the creatures. It moved forwards and then it charges underground and did actually manage to get into base to base with the settler, taking a green die for its charge bonus if it gets the chance to use it next turn. Pennyworth is disgusted by bugs. He moved up and he wants to finish off that Radroach Swarm before it gets a chance to activate. Mr. Handy Flamer, 6s I believe, good enough. I think the double ball cap even does something. It breaks the 1 armor he has, so that's just a kill right there because he only had 1 health left. So I can hear the noise of these dying in my head. They are gone. The first of the 2 glowing Radroach Swarms activated, and it's far enough away from the action it can't see anyone because it's outside of presence, so it just randomly moved, selected by a random direction die. So it moved there, and then it kind of moved into the rubble right here. They're just chilling out. Not Sturges easily charged into the mole rat that attacked the power armor wearing settler, and I'm going to use his 44 in close combat. So skill die plus 2 yellows is his skill, his pistols. His speciality with the 44 overwrites the negative from using a close combat a weapon in close combat that's not meant for it. Green die for outnumbering, black die for charge bonus, and it's 4s. 7 comes down to 6, not good enough, unfortunately. Alright, nothing. The Radroaches at the back here activated, and they also moved randomly, but after 1 random move it actually put them in the threat radius where they could charge into Not Sturges. Didn't realise, but the presence radius of a mole rat is also red, so that first one that moved shouldn't have moved as aggressively as it did, but too late to go back now. My scavenger is moving up, and against my better judgment I'm going to have him take a shot into this melee over here. Short range with the hunter hunting rifle. Because he's shooting at a creature there's a black die thrown in, 2 yellow dice as standard, and because he's shooting into combat he gets 2 to his skill, so normally it would be a 3, so it's a 5. And he gets a crit with 2 extra damage. Okay, so, well, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's he hitting? Oh, 1, 2, 3. He's hitting Sturges for 4 damage with an armor break. How much armor does he have? He has 2, so he's down to 1 armor. He blocked none of it, so he just took 4 of his 7 HP. He's pretty tanky, but that's still pretty bad. So of the creatures on the battlefield, there's 3 left, 2 mole rats and 1 glowing Radroach Swarm, and it was one of the mole rats who activated, wandered towards danger, and wandered again this way. Not allowed to touch that central area until after turn 2, so that's why I kind of steered this way, but that's okay by me because it gives me potential line of sight. Well, sure enough, I'm going to blast away short range with the incendiary assault rifle that the sole survivor has been given for this turn. That's what he's rolling at close range. Skill is 5 or less. That would be a 10, so a big whiff. The final mole rat scuttled its way down there. Did mole rats scuttle? Either way. And then moved down there next to the glowing Radroach Swarm that hasn't activated yet. My last activation for the turn, Dogmeat's going to try and bite the head off of that mole rat that the sole survivor managed to miss, taking a black die for his charge bonus. Standard dog bite, fair, and it's 6s. 8 comes down to 7. Oh, he missed by 1 as well. That is not a good round for my team. Well, I think the other glowing Radroach Swarm is drunk because it wandered over there and then wandered back over there by the campfire, kind of guarding those items over there if anything else. But that does take us to the end of the first round. So it could certainly be better as we go into turn 2. Let's see what kind of event is applying. A hidden observer. Spend enough time in the wasteland and you develop specific instincts. Right now you have a feeling that someone is watching you from a distance. Frank. So the first activation for Battle Round 2 is Grognak the Barbarian. Going to persist with his axe because even if he misses both these hits, he'll have a crit ready for next turn as a result. There should be black dice, 4 black dice here because of the strength 7 he has, or 7 plus, I forget if it's exactly 7, but either way, so we'll just have to re-roll one of these and apply it as well. And it is 7s, yeah, 7s. So that's a 6 for 2 extra damage, okay. We don't need this -1, so let's just re-roll that. It's an armor break. So the Fog Crawler has 3 plus 1, so that brings it down to a 2 plus 1. And it only gets the 1, so let's just say it negated that, which means he managed to deal 2 damage to it. Let's just quickly grab that. Tit for tat, that's how much damage he took. He has 8 HP or something, incidentally. Grognak, that is. So again, same again, that also generates a crit point. Let me just double check he needs 3 crit points for the axe. He does, it's 4 for the sword. Ooh, there we go, okay. So again, there's 1 extra black die thrown in. Let's just try and remember, he got something, okay, it doesn't matter. So let's switch it back to an armor break. So that means the Fog Crawler is down to 1 plus 1. Nope, so he just negates that, but the base damage is still just 1. So that's 3 damage. The Fog Crawler has like 12 HP, so it's doing fine. But Grognak has a crit ready, so if he lives, he will get to unleash that, and it's a guaranteed hit for those 3 black dice plus 2 yellow dice, base damage 1, with a chance of a leg break. And as always for this scenario, the Fog Crawler has to be the first to activate for the creatures as well, so he's just going to smack Grognak. Extra black die thrown in for him also being like strength ridiculous, so this many dice, also needing 7s, first attack is a big crit fail, excellent, okay, he maybe has a chance. Second one, that's a big, oh no, that's a massive hit in fact. So this is against 2 plus 1 armor, or 1 plus 1, sorry. He only blocks the 1, so he blocks that, which means he takes 4 damage, which means he's at 6 in total. He's got 2 left. Ouch. So remember, we can't interact with the fight ongoing between the Fog Crawler and Grognak until next turn, so I activated Pennyworth. His green charge distance gave him more than enough. He's going to go after that Radroach Swarm, try and give Not Sturges a chance. Just a yellow die for his Mr. Handy Buzzsaw. Black die charge bonus, green die outnumbered bonus. Although actually, would the green die apply because Sturgis also has an enemy in contact with him? But then also there's the Settlers, I think so. Let's just assume it is. It is a hit for an armor break, 1 extra damage, breaks all the armor. In fact, that's 2 default damage, that's 3. So the Radroach Swarm has 1 left. Got a bit lucky with the AI activations. This drunken glowing Radroach Swarm over here is just wandering around listlessly. I think I found some old whiskey or something in one of those crates. Alright, I'm going to activate Not Sturges, and I didn't realise his melee skill is actually pretty decent. I really wish he had a melee weapon, because it's 6, as opposed to trying to use the pistol in close combat. So I'm just going to use Improvised Weapon, which just means you get a green, but he's also going to get a green for outnumbered bonus. He's going after the Radroach Swarm that has 1 health left, because he could just take them out. So 6s. Yeah, he got him. He broke the 1 armor they have, 1 damage flat. So they are splatted. Again, hear the noise in your soul. He has 1 action left. He might as well take a swing. Same thing at the mole rat, because why not? He missed but got a quick action. What can he do with quick actions? Just prepares. I guess once it attacks, he could maybe attack it back. Yeah, sure, why not? Randomly selected for the AI was the other mole rat, the one that's not in combat. It moved, randomly selected, but it did move in a advantageous for it direction, and now has a target because it's in its presence radius, so it'll be charging next turn assuming it's not dead. Let's see if the Soul Survivor can actually hit something this time. Incendiary Assault Rifle, short range, mole rat that just activated, blasting it in its face twice, destroy him. Yes, good. Does that do anything? Let's see. 1 star's set it on fire, so presumably that still counts if it's 2. That is 2 damage against 1 armor, I think. Yep, 1 armor. He blocked 1, took 1. It's a start. He's bleeding, he can be beaten. Let's do the same again. There we go. Nice. Set him on fire again. 2 damage, 1 armor. Nope. So that is 2 damage. The mole rat is... Wait, how much health do they have? Is it 3? No, mole rats have 2 health. Get splatted. The fact he was on fire is irrelevant. Actually, doesn't that mean the first hit? No, the first hit did 1. Okay, so he did use both actions. This mole rat was selected to attack next, and he did charge the settler in the power armor, so that's who he's going to continue attacking, taking that green die as a charge bonus, hitting on 3s only. And that's a big fat miss, so we lose the green for his follow-up attack. We roll, and that's a miss as well. Does he get bonus attacks if he's at full health like the swarms do? I can't see from here. I need to grab his card. No, he does not. So Sturgis is going to react to that first attack. Skill -2, so it puts him down to a 4. And that would be a 7 down by a 3. So that actually does put it at a 4. He's only doing 1 damage, but does he block it? He does, so it doesn't matter. Alright, we're thinning the trash down nicely to be able to take out this fog crawler as soon as we're allowed to attack it. So I'm going to try and continue that trend. Dogmeat attacking the mole rat. Let's see if we can eat his face. Yes, it comes down by 2, so that is a hit with an armor break. Breaks the 1 armor they have. I think that also is an arm snap or a leg snap. Where are we? That is arm, I believe, yeah. So it's -2 to hit skill checks, but it probably won't matter. That's 2 damage actually, and they have 2 health. I keep forgetting mole rats have such little health. Get splatted. Now that means Dogmeat has an unused action, so we're not allowed to enter the middle yet. But he can prep for next turn. His red distance easily lets him cover this. So he's going to search. He's going to destroy the area, but he's also going to search this, find an item and a danger. So I need to go look at the danger card anyway. Alright, the stage is repaired as best as able. Let's see what he actually found. Danger card first this time. Let's just do this one. Rigged mailbox. Didn't we get this last time? We did. I want one we haven't had. What are the chances of that? I do shuffle these. Creature, draw and resolve a creature card. Okay, that's getting worse. And he's found a pulse shield. What is this? Setup. Gain 3 super armor, which are used solely versus energy attacks. Usable by synths and robots only. Something to potentially hold on to for later, maybe? Well, not often you get to use the creature deck, so here we go. Let's go for here. Starving Stunted Yogoi. The beast ahead looks famished but uncertain if you're dangerous. It looks at you with pale, lidless eyes and roars. Test presence? The creature backs down, no effect, or resolve 2 physical damage. What kind of presence does Dogmeat have? He doesn't? Oh no, he does. He has green. I'm not sure how you test that. He's Charisma 3, which is what it's attached to, so presumably you test that. Oh, he actually did it! The creature backs down. Of course he did. Fear Dogmeat, destroyer of construction work. Well, the lore that all glowing red roach swarms are just drunk continues, because the one over there just continued to just kind of wander aimlessly and is now just heading towards the top of the map there. That's all the creature activations for the turn. I've still got the settler and the scavenger to go. I'm going to go with the settler first. She has a pipe wrench, so she's going to swing that at the mole rat's head. Normally her melee skill is garbage at 3, but the power armor is giving her +2 strength, so that's actually a 5. Green die thrown in for outnumbered, thanks to not Sturges, so 5s. That is a hit with a quick action. Base damage on a pipe wrench is 2. Needs to block at least 1 or it dies. It did block 1. So it took 1. Can she finish the job? 6 comes down to 5, 1 extra damage. No point rolling then as a result. The final mole rat on the table is splatted. Well, I'm just going to get into a position to help out Grognak next turn with the scavenger. So he's moving up yellow twice, because we're about to get to the point where we can technically help. I say technically because there's still a chance they'll accidentally shoot Grognak, unless he's dead, of course. Alright, time to see what event awaits us in turn 3. Let's see. The sudden shift in wind direction is hard to predict. Scatter distance for grenade weapons is doubled. Not going to be relevant, but that's okay. So now we're going to go into the next round, and Grognak and the Fog Crawler are still going to go first for each side, but it's free game. Everyone can interact with the combat now. So this is going to be the fun start to the turn. Grognak is letting out a mighty yell and is unleashing his crit, which means we don't roll a skill die, it automatically hits. We just roll the extra dice to see how much damage he does with that big bloody axe of his. We also have to roll an extra black die because he still should be rolling 4. But the crit makes its base damage go up by 1 to 2, throws in 2 yellow dice as well. Let's see what it does. That's good, okay. So it's breaking 2 armor, it's doing 1 extra damage. We don't do anything with the bottle cap, so we'll just re-roll this as the 4th black die we're supposed to have. Can't roll double damage for anything, huh? So that is 3 damage, 2 armor break, which puts him down to 1+1 armor. He does block 2 of it, so he just takes 1. Not exactly the gangbuster we were hoping for, but that's okay. He still gets another attack though. This time you do have to roll the skill die, and the yellow dice go away, because it's not a crit. And this is 7s. Oh, that's actually interesting, because the quick action, he's allowed to do quick action attacks. First of all, before I forget, let me just put the 1 damage on. Not that there's going to be much of a difference. So, 2 damage against 2+1 armor. He only blocks the 1, so he took 1 more. So he's up to 4 damage. No, oh actually no, sorry, he's up to 5 damage. Get rid of that. There. He's up to 5 damage. Not great, not bad, but not great. But the quick action he's allowed to use as an attack, because the axe gives him quick action attack. Got to take a -2 to his skill though, so it's actually 5s or less. And he only went and did it and generated himself a crit. So that's 1 damage only though, sadly. Which he blocks with the super armor. There was actually no point rolling that. That's a shame. Almost decent. Almost. Well, it might be time for Grognak to eat dirt. The fog crawler is attacking him. Extra black die for the strength. 7s. 7 on the dot. 1 extra damage, 1 armor break. So that is 1+1 armor. So he only gets the +1. He ignores that. He takes 2. So unfortunately, Grognak is unconscious. He bit off more than he could chew, but on the plus side, now we can shoot the fog crawler. Although it does have another action. What's its charge range? Its charge range is green. That's pretty long. I'm having some regrets of charging the scavenger in where I did, because the fog crawler has a taste for meat now. Well, the scavenger's going to have to be very brave, because I need him to pull back from combat. And in doing so, he obviously triggers a reaction attack. Black dice for charge bonus, black dice for strength, the other bite stuff. Skill -2, those has 5s. Oh dear. Oh no, 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 no. So it's base 2 damage, so that's 6 damage. With an armor break. How much armor does the scavenger have? Has 2 armor, so he's down to 1. Which he does not block, so he takes the full damage. So it is 2, so that's 6 damage. So he's splatted. He just gets clawed, flies into there, flies into there, and is gone. Okay then. The glowing red roach swarm hanging out at the camp over here moved forwards and did kind of manage to make forward momentum this time. Well, the combined firepower over here has to take this thing down. It's got 13 health in total, so it's got 8 left. We're going to go with the settler. Laser rifle, point blank. This is 6s. Yep. So as a hit, do the bottle caps do anything? Yes, they set it on fire. That's pretty good. Damage over time, if nothing else. Energy armor. It's got 4 energy armor, and it blocked all the damage. It does get set on fire though. And the second shot, I didn't realise energy weapons were so bad against it. That's a big miss on a 10. And the other red roach swarm just kind of moved towards this direction, and that means I now get to shoot a lot of guns at a very tanky fog crawler. Well, let's start with not Sturges. 44 into him twice, and thanks to his speciality with the gun, it's 6s. That's a fail with a quick action, which isn't going to be relevant. Would have broke 2 armor as well. The other shot, that's a 9. That's no good. He misses. I don't have much faith in Mr. Handy Flamer. Plus, he's already on fire, but whatever. We'll try with Pennyworth. This is 6s as well, I believe. Yep. And that's a big fail. Let's try again. That's a hit. The bottle caps would have set him on fire as well, I presume. No, armor break. Okay, so he's down to 2+1 armor. Nope, so it's just a +1. So he did actually take 1 damage. Amazing. Still not sure what I'm doing with dog meat, so I'm moving the sole survivor in. He's moving up yellow, puts him within red, so he can short range fire the incendiary assault rifle. That's what he's rolling. And it is 5s. Okay, it is a success, and don't really need those. The star doing anything would have set him on fire. He's already on fire. 3+1 armor. He blocked it all. Well, I'm going to use dog meat to essentially buy everyone a turn. He's going to charge in, and he's going to dog bite with a black die as the charge bonus. Come on, boy. Good, it's a hit. Breaks 1 armor. Let's see. Star gives him a quick action. Can't really do anything with that. Armor. He blocks 3 damage in total. It does nothing. Well, I always knew Grognak was not going to solo the thing himself, although he did really well standing up to it, which is more and more evident as it eats my own people. but we've still got to finish it off to be classed as a win. So going into another turn, let's see what the event is. Boom! A critical generator malfunction. Corroded gas pumps, whatever it is was, the explosion sounds much closer than it really is, so it's nothing. So as we start turn 4, Grognak is down for the count, so it's over to the fog crawler. He takes 1 damage from being on fire, but then we need to check whether or not it goes out. X's it goes out, O's it does not. It goes out. But we do have plenty of opportunities to set him on fire again. Oh, you know what, he's just going to hide underneath him for now then. So he's going to attack dog meat, and he's going to try and hit him real hard. I think his AI says that, like, if it can go charge something so it can do its AoE, it will prioritise that instead. I'm just going to say he's in combat, so he's going to focus on combat. 7s. 8 comes down to 7, breaks all of his armour, I believe. Yep, no extra damage, so but it is 2 damage to him. Take it like a pro, dog meat. We need you to hold on. And then he's doing it again. That's a 9. He actually managed to miss, which is just as well, because it would have been 4 damage in total. I'm going to have to go with dog meat. He's going to attack, and then he's going to disengage. So this is his dog bite. 8 comes down to 7. That is not good enough. He misses. Well, he's going to run away then. So that is what we just rolled. Yellow, 2 blacks, a blue. And it's on 5s or less because he's running away. Thank goodness, because that would have been 5 damage. But dog meat, oh sorry, no, 6 damage. But he got away. Well, one of the glowing red roach swarms activated, and it was close enough to initiate a charge into dog meat. This was kind of on purpose, so it wouldn't go after the people I need shooting things. They have the rule where if they're at full health, they're basically getting 2 attacks per 1. He's getting a green charge bonus on the first one though, and it is 4s, doing 2 rad damage. And that's a big success. Dogmeat doesn't have any rad defense because he's super weak to it, so it's just 2 damage done. And then the other attack is also a hit, so Dogmeat took 4 rad damage. He already had 2 damage. He's actually down. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, we're commencing another round of everybody shoot the fog crawler, because if the fog crawler goes down we win, although once again we're not going to have time to go grab items. Although we can't really, because we have too much to take back anyway. I'm going to go with the Soul Survivor. He's not got literally the best chance to hit, but with the extra dice he's rolling I feel like he's got the most potential. So he's going to go first. It's on 5s. These are things you shouldn't say before rolling dice incidentally, but fact. Okay, it does hit. It comes down with a -3. So it's 2 base damage, up to 3. The bottle cap does nothing. So this is 3 + 1 physical armor. He blocks 3 damage in total and took nothing. Okay, he's got another shot. Robin has another shot. No, he doesn't. He failed. The other Radroach swarm moved up, and now it's just back to my team constantly shooting. Alright, let's go with the worst chance to do damage, which is the Settler, because I didn't realise fog crawlers have such good energy defense. Laser rifle, twice, 6s. That's nothing. I was hoping for at least setting fire to it again. And that is a hit. Does it set on fire? Yes, it does. Double bottle caps do that. 3 damage against 4 armor. It only blocked 1, so it did actually take 3. That's really good. Alright, let's have Sturges crack out the 22 and try 44, sorry. 22 would do nothing. Let's see. Oh, that's doing nothing. Maybe he is using a 22. Second shot. I see. Well, here comes the Mr. Handy Flamer to end the turn on, and it's 6s. Nope. And it's 6s. Yes. Plus a armor break, so it's down to 2 + 1. So only the 1 applies, so it did actually take 1 more damage, putting it at 10 damage of its 13 in total, which isn't too shabby. As the turn is about to end, there's a groan on the ground where Grognak was. He stands to his feet, he decides he's not done yet, and he charges in to the fog crawler, this time wielding his sword, and trying very hard to get right stuck in there, because he wants to finish off the prey. He's not going to let fire do it. That is everything he is rolling for charge bonus and also strength bonus and the sword, and he is coming out swinging. In fact, so hard that it fell out the box. So that is definitely a hit. The sword also gives him a quick action, but doesn't need it. Base damage 2, so that is 4 damage against 3 + 1, and he blocks 3 of it. Yes, 3 of it. So he only took 1, but Grognak is back on his feet with 1 health remaining. We're going into what will be the final turn. Let's see what the event is that's carrying us over. Super Mutant Broadcast. It is just, is this Tabitha? I think it's similar to Tabitha. But I want to eat the humans. Your ploy is not working today, Super Mutant. So I was hoping for a cinematic finish there, but Grognak, he was very badly beaten up. He barely got to his feet and only managed to stab the fog crawler a little bit, but did manage to distract it. He is counting as having activated though. But the fog crawler is going. He's taken one more damage from fire. Is it going out? No, he is staying on fire, so one way or another he's dead. This is whether or not he does damage this turn. So the fog crawler is attacking Grognak. This roll, as per, 7s. It does come down to a 7. It breaks one of his armor, so he has 1+1. He does block 2 damage. He actually took the hit. That's amazing. Other hit. Even if he falls to this one now, it's good because he won't engage anyone else. It is a hit. It breaks. He's got +1 super armor, so unfortunately, even if he blocked that, let's see if he would. Well, the super armor does. He still takes 1 damage. This time he is knocked into unconsciousness, but I love the idea of him charging it, taking a stab, and then just getting flung. This time he is unconscious though, and the settlers will need to save him once they take out this beast. Let's see if Not Sturges can seal the deal on this. 44. You missed twice last turn. What can you do this turn? I see. That would have been a really good roll for doing damage. Okay, that's more like it. You've broken one of his armor. You've definitely hit. That is 2 damage coming in against 2+1 armor. He blocked a total of 2 damage, unfortunately, so he takes nothing. The glowing Radroach Swarm here has engaged the Soul Survivor. He's getting 2 attacks because of the way they work, and they are hitting on 4s. That is a big hit for 2 extra damage. So that's 2 damage and 2 rad damage. What can he defend against? Thanks to his armor, actually, he is 2 armor against radiation and 2 against energy. That doesn't matter. So he's got 3 armor and 2 against radiation. We'll do the radiation first. He fully blocked it. And then the physical damage, actually, I wonder if that would just be more rad damage in this case. Probably would be, right? So he takes 2 rad damage from the first hit. And the charge bonus goes away. And that's a miss. Can the laser rifle of the settler do it against 4 energy armor? Well, it's a hit. The star does... So many different things have the trigger for fire. The star does nothing. He blocks all the damage. Then the other shot. Oh, it's a hit. Okay, for 1 extra damage. No burning him, but he's already on fire anyway. So this is 3 damage. He blocks 2 of it. He takes 1 because it's only just 4 flat. He doesn't have super armor against energy. The beast finally topples. Seeing such a massive monster fall, the bugs scatter for their lives, and by the skin of our teeth we've managed to take out the beast and save the day, sort of. So maybe some insane guy who believes himself to be the comic book character Grognak the Barbarian, but he definitely seems to know how to handle himself in a fight, even if he did bite off more than he could chew. The settlers decide to take Grognak back to New Hope to patch up his wounds, let him heal, but he will not be a selectable character going forwards. He chooses when and where he will fight if he deems a deed worthy enough. But another eccentric character has joined the cast going forwards. We have ourselves our cap reward as well, just from the things we've picked up in the battlefield. We do, however, have to make some selections about what we take. So, basically all 3 of these are going, because we can't prioritise these over anything else. The Day Tripper, the Abraxo Paint, the Pulse Shield, goodbye. The Hunting Hunter rifle, we keep that, even though the Scavenger didn't even get to fire it because he got obliterated. The Incendiary Assault Rifle, we're of course keeping that. The Laser Rifle, we are keeping that. And the... Oh, are we allowed to take back 4 or 5? I'm going to need to double check because we might have to dump the Vault Suit to take the Power Armor. So I did buy an upgrade that would mean we retain 5 after battle, but I have been saying that it applies after the mission is done. So technically we should dump one of these, and I'm definitely keeping the Power Armor. So unfortunately that jumpsuit is going bye-bye. We have to stick to the rules as I've placed them. So there's still nothing to vote for this time. After the next one, there will be though, and that also means there'll have to be a little bit more of a delay because I have to wait and see what people vote for before I can film the next one. So the nice thing about not doing it yet is I can get them out every week. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoy seeing Grognak. He will return in the future, and he'll be as weird as he was here, but he's powerful. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please do show your support, and see you next time for the next part.